Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and legionnaires of all ages, welcome to Takeover the Table, Episode 4, Dallas. I'm Nick the Geek, and I am always joined by my two co-conspirators, my two cohorts. I am joined by Matthew. Matthew, how are you doing?
I am doing good, a little stressed out for later tonight, but I am very looking forward to enjoying these three matches.
Indeed. And we are joined by the educatee himself. We are joined by the captain. Captain, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Just got out of the shower. Got to do some laundry and dishes after this, and go out on my patio and grill some pork chops and things. But then get ready for the big dance later on. But yeah, doing good. It's been a decent weekend.
And in case anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, later on tonight at 10 p.m. my time. What's that time for you guys?
4 p.m.
You're 7 hours ahead of me, so 3 p.m.
6 hours. 7 hours ahead of Maddie, 6 hours ahead of me.
Yeah, we are doing, I'm presenting, and Cap is judging, and Matty is competing in the latest championship match for Wrestling With Your Thoughts, My Fantasy Booking Show, which I am thoroughly looking forward to. It's going to be a great show. They are booking Money on the Roof from 2020, as I will always call it. NXT Great American Bash and Backlash from 2020.
I believe it was in your house.
In your house. I do apologize. NXT in your house.
I was about to shit myself.
No, it's okay. I just got it wrong. 2 hours sleep.
I'm very worried that if Maddie is not victorious, Jimmy may just retire with the belt and never defend it again.
Oh, no, he'll defend it. He's got a Roman Reigns schedule, so he's fine.
Makes everything easy.
Right, ladies and gents, but today we are watching NXT TakeOver Dallas. We are watching American Alpha versus the Revival for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Probably American Alpha's best match as a tag team.
Easily American Alpha's best match, I think.
Yeah, we are watching Austin Aries versus Baron Corbin, which I believe is Austin Aries' only TakeOver match. I believe it's his only TakeOver match. I could be wrong on that.
I want to say he debuted on a TakeOver, but we literally watched the last TakeOver and he wasn't on it.
Yeah, so I think this is his only TakeOver match, and then he moves over to 205 Live.
I will do some efforting real quick for this.
Yeah, and then we are watching the masterpiece with Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn. I myself have never rewatched this show since I watched it live, so it's kind of fresh eyes for me. I know, Cap, you've never seen this before.
I am coming into this clean.
Now, Matt, you said it's been about 3 years.
It's been about 3 years, yes, and I believe he did have one more NXT TakeOver match.
Okay.
I think it was No Way Jose. At TakeOver Brooklyn 2.
I think you might be right.
I am right. I just saw the package for it.
No Way, is that a gimmick? Is that a type of match? Is that a?
It's
No Way Jose is.
It's a match that we'll be watching.
Yeah,
it's a match that we'll be watching.
Because it's terrible.
I'm getting Vince Russo Pinata on a pole vibes when I hear that.
No Way Jose was a Cuban man who danced to the ring with a lot of idiots.
No way.
And his finisher was a punch.
No, a pop-up punch.
A pop-up punch, sorry. Was not the best wrestler, was not the best promo. And I'm being very generous.
Made it to the main roster.
Yeah, somehow got on.
I was saying, he sounds just like what Vince would be looking for.
It pretty much was.
It did help him a little bit that he was
like
6
with Larry David, they found Maria Sofia Estrada. We got her! That's our gal!
Yeah, no, straight up. The only thing that really helped his career was the fact that he was like 6'8", and then he had 2 inches of a fucking afro.
Yeah. Other than that, he was terrible. And it's proved that not even Austin Aries can get blood from a stone.
I remember watching Austin Aries in TNA.
Which run?
This is a little hazy.
Was it the fuck this company run, or was it the
Dirty Heels run?
Yeah.
This would have been either really early TNA or somewhere during the Dixie Carter era, because those are kind of the two eras that I watched the most of. So he was
his first run was really early TNA when he wore the pink fluffy waistcoat a lot.
Oh,
I
dear.
want to say it was that one, but
then his second run, which is when he became X Division champion, tag team champion, and world heavyweight champion in TNA.
Option C.
Aries is created option C. He is a phenomenal worker. I've always liked him. I've got a lot of respect for Austin Aries. I think he gets a lot of unnecessary shit. But anyway, gents, are we ready?
Oh yeah.
Just a second to finish doing extracurriculars, and then yes. Okay, a 3.
All right, in 2, 1, play.
All right. So you said this is the first match on the card?
Yep.
Okay.
You're going to notice somebody in this tag team, Cap.
Okay.
He's just got a lot more hair.
A lot.
Okay. I kind of recognize the guy on the right a bit. The guy on the left.
That is Chad Gable, my friend.
On the left, that's Gable
with the long hair. Yes.
Oh wait, yeah. Now that he put his face up to the camera, yeah. Now I recognize. Good God.
Chad Gable and Jason Jordan.
What Jason Jordan could have fucking been, dude.
Yeah, but then they tried to make him Kurt Angle's son when they had a perfectly good Chad Gable right there.
Yeah. No, even then, I think his talent still could have shown through that shitty ass gimmick.
Why did Gable lose the hair? He looks like a badass, along with being one.
I think a hairline thing.
Oh.
So yeah.
I will forever say CFOs is the second greatest musical production company that WWE's ever hired.
Behind Jim Johnson?
1,000%.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said this is the worst match on the card.
No.
This is the
worst match on the card. This is the best tag team match in NXT history.
Oh, okay.
Again, I might argue with you on that one. I still think DIY.
You got FTR, you've got Dax, Cash, and Chad Gable. How bad can this be? I was like, 3 of the 4 people I know in here are damn good at what they do.
So,
yeah,
Cat. Remember how I said that Brooklyn was that Takeover Brooklyn was my first introduction to NXT? Well, I didn't watch the weekly product still. I couldn't watch it. Mm-hmm. So whenever Takeover Dallas came around and I got a chance to watch this is the match that got me fully invested in the product as a whole.
Yeah, pretty much. This was the first Takeover that I watched that I went, okay, they got something here.
Yeah,
I do like these NXT tag belts.
Oh, they're so beautiful.
Yeah, they're nice.
I like one set of the new tag belts. The other
the SmackDown ones.
Yeah, the SmackDown ones are great. The Raw ones are
are a bit. Yeah,
they're lacking, but
I mean, they look better. They look better than the pennies.
Yes,
they look good on Truth and Miz as well.
Truth, by the way, can we just have a quick shout out to Truth's insanely funny joke from Monday Night Raw?
Oh, what did I miss?
Basically, the new NXT call-up, whatever her name is, the 1% girl, came in, did her promo, and at the end she said, "I don't something, I adjudicate," which made no sense whatsoever. And then Truth turns around and says, "Adjudicate what? In the workplace? That can't be sanitary."
Truth is a national fucking treasure. Protect this. He needs round-the-clock Secret Service protection.
He is 51 years old.
He doesn't look it, though. He's aged very well.
He hasn't aged at all. The only difference in our Truth now is his dreadlocks are longer than they used to be.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
What's crazy is he has a cameo in The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke.
Yes.
And that movie was 15 years ago, almost 20.
Oh, such great.
He still looks the same.
Exactly the same.
It's like, Jesus
phenomenally
Christ.
hot start to this.
Do you have the Fountain of Youth hidden somewhere?
Well, apparently he's just cut sugar out of his diet.
I mean, I don't touch sweets.
The only thing he has sugar in is his coffee.
I don't even put sugar in my coffee. Well, I don't drink, but I mean, I drink unsweet. I don't put sugar in my tea.
Oh, I do. Gotta have sugar in my tea. But I'm fat.
I drink iced tea. John drinks like you, like England, because he was raised in England. He drinks, Earl Grey and what's that? Chamomile. He drinks hot tea. Chamomile, yeah. And he puts cream and sugar in his, and I can't stand hot tea, but hey, if you grew up with it, I get it.
I just like cold tea.
Well, it's probably a Southern thing, just because it's so fucking hot down here. We can't stand to drink hot beverages most of the time.
Beautiful exchange.
Oh, this whole match has been just one amazing example of chain wrestling.
Well, this has been cool going back and watching Dax on two good legs.
Yeah, just the little things like the intensity he puts in when he puts on a hammerlock. That arm drag, then the snap.
Yeah.
Everything about it. Look at that. Bang! That was a drop kick and a half.
Yeah, that was Scotty Riggs' drop kick.
Jason Jordan has one of the most beautiful drop kicks, and I'm so sad that we won't get to see it again.
I know.
Back in the 90s, there basically, at least in WCW, there were two guys who had great drop kicks. Obviously, one was Sting, the other was Scotty Riggs.
Yeah. Scotty Riggs. Rob Van Dam's best friend.
Really? I did not know. Well, that's because remember, Scotty Riggs had a run in ECW in 2000.
2000. Yeah, he had 2 matches with Van Dam. He was the first man to take.
We also had one with Jerry Lynn that was really good.
Yeah, he had was the first man to take the Van Terminator from RVD.
I didn't. Have you seen Scotty Riggs lately? He's
not for a long time.
He's on Twitter now. He's looking. I mean, for his age, he's looking pretty damn good.
Oh, good. Great double backdrop spot. Jordan just showing his amateur chops with the way he takes him down to the mat. Then little heart, shoots the half, just rolls him over.
And again, like you said, Nick,
that is working, my friends.
The
fact that they put Jason Jordan as Kurt Angle's illegitimate son and not Gable, the silver medal Olympic wrestler.
That happens to be, no offense and not racist meant, but he's white.
Yeah.
And Kurt Angle's a white guy. It made so much more. It would have made so much more sense to be Chad.
And then we got that weird American Alpha breakup because of it.
Yeah, I know. Which made no sense, but Vince was still in charge and he hates tag teams.
Very valid point.
Nobody gives a shit, pal.
Yeah, because no one cared about the Road Warriors, Vince, honest.
And probably other than Davey, got the best pop at SummerSlam 92. And they were the first ones out. And Hawk was not even... And it's funny, both Hawk and Davey were fooked.
Yeah, because they were smoking crack.
The crack must just be different over in England, I guess. I'm not sure.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, whenever people ask, I think Maddie even is like, "What's a Road Warrior pop?" And I sent him the video of them coming down the aisle on the Harleys in Wembley. I was like, "That's a Road Warrior pop." When we were at Rumble and Sami Zayn hit Roman, that's a Road Warrior pop.
Or the United Center against the who was it? Back in their black and literal Mad Max phase.
Oh yeah, that was WrestleMania 13 with Ahmed in the six man Chicago street fight.
Yeah, thank you.
It was a year later when Sonny brought them back.
LOT 2000.
Yeah. Let's just forget that one.
Let's forget that ever happened.
Yeah. Because Sonny was probably smoking crack with Hawk.
Don't be surprised. Sonny has blood clots.
Really? I have not heard that.
Saw it on the news. Saw it on the news the other day. She announced it on Twitter.
So she may not even survive her term, which is even more sad. I mean, nothing about Tammy in the last 20 years has been anything but sad.
No.
The match psychology
was a good clothesline by Cash, or probably Dax.
No, you're right. That was Cash.
Yeah, that was Cash. Yeah. Well, see, Dax has the beard instead of just the mustache and no knee brace, and Cash still pretty much looks the same from what I.
Yeah.
FTR bald and FTR armed.
Oh God, that was a fucking lariat. Stan Hansen would have been proud of that one.
Yeah.
So this is not a bad match, but this is the worst match on the card, is what you were saying?
No.
That's
the worst match on the card is Aries Corbin.
Okay. I was confused.
Yet again, the common denominator is Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, at this point in his career, just could not go for more than 30 seconds.
Before he gassed out of his mind.
Yeah, they brought it in. And Corbin's original run.
Nick just lost the pick up NXT Corby.
Corbin's original run in NXT was 10-second matches. The crowd would count down from 30 and see how long people would last. And no one ever lasted more than 15 seconds. And then Triple H was like, right, you're going to start having actual matches now. And I think Corbin just shit himself and went, oh, no, I don't know what to do.
Maybe that's what caused his hairline to recede even more.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
For the thought of having to go longer than 30 seconds.
And the thing is, we love Baron Corbin here. It's just the fact that Baron Corbin's early NXT run was absolutely dog shit.
It was terrible. Oh, it's great
tag team. I am still listening to both you and the show.
Great tag team work there. Just the risk control. Something that Revival have done for years. It's a little nitpick, but risk control is so important in wrestling.
And it goes back to the old adage too.
Yeah,
the old school way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the beautiful way that he got into that gory was fantastic.
It was just amazing.
Also, we don't get a whole lot of gory specials anymore in wrestling.
Anna Jay's really the only one that still does it.
Well, she does it kind of like the Widow's Peak, though, doesn't it?
Well, she doesn't. No, she does the gory bomb.
Oh, okay. She does a gory bomb.
Beautiful DDTs.
Not only beautiful DDTs, it's just the way that, Dax and Cash were cutting off the ring to prevent any movement.
Well, it's like they get compared to the Brainbusters a lot, and it's a tremendous compliment because look at that. Under the ring, comes out, sneaks away, gets him out of the way. It's just old school tag team philosophy.
It's smart tag team wrestling. These boys love tag team wrestling.
Cut the ring in half. That was a botch.
I don't think Jordan had that was Gable.
He's not the legal man.
Oh, yeah, that's when the crowd starts chanting, "You fucked up. You fucked up." It's weird, but look how young Dax looks.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like you said, Mike? It's nearly 10 years since this match now.
Fucking shit, man. And they still haven't done anything with Gable.
No. 10 years. What do we all think of his heel turn?
I like the heel turn. I don't like him running down Alpha Academy the way he is, but...
Well, there's two different kinds of heel. Speaking of, when Kurt Angle came in, he was a heel because the people were booing him because he was just he was trying to be a baby face, but the crowd wasn't buying it. Then when he turned actual Psycho Angle before Perk Angle, then they bought into him as a heel. And they were hating him for heelish things rather than hating him for acting like an ass. Oh, Wow, what a beautiful move.
And again, Jason Jordan was such a raw, natural athlete that it was sick.
Look at that.
Honestly, the way he moves here, it makes me think of young Scott Steiner before Scott got all roided up. Late 80s, early 90s. The way Scott was a big dude, but my God, could he move like a fucking butterfly.
Yeah. Well, Nick, who would you compare American Alpha to in terms of like tag teams?
Because
they were very unique for how they did things.
Doug Furnas and Phil LaFon.
I was going to say that, or Hassan Benjamin.
Yeah,
bit.
Yeah, a little bit of
greatest tag team
angle, a bit of team angle. But yeah, Doug Furnas and Phil LaFon for me. It's just the way they contrast each other. The bigger guy, the smaller guy. The one's a powerhouse, but he's still technically sound. The other one's just a technical genius. Oh, go for the slingshot. Nice shot by Cass.
Ooh. This is a great tag team match. This is classic textbook awesome tag team wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was a bump. Right on the bump on the butt.
And it's just such a smart tag team match as well. Like the psychology of this tag team match is just almost genius level.
I know I go on about it all the time, but it's the timing of the two teams.
Mm-hmm.
Like that save by Gable then was bang on 2.99. It was exactly when he needed to come in the ring. Look at that. Beautiful overhead belly to belly.
Again, very Scott Steiner.
Yes.
Also, God, who else had a really great belly to belly back in the day? My mind just went blank. That one kind of reminded me of. It'll come to me. To your point, Nick, about the timing, do you think is timing something that can be taught, or is it just natural? Like, can you teach a guy? I mean, if someone's okay, you can't teach speed, you can't teach athleticism. Can you teach timing?
Yes.
Okay.
I originally wouldn't have agreed, but Dominic Mysterio is the perfect example of how you can teach timing.
I can add nothing to that. That is spot on.
Dom, when he first started, had no timing whatsoever.
Oh, it was awful.
None. But now, his timing is so damn good. His timing on his promos, his timing in the ring, his timing out of the ring. He really is. It's twigged for him. And I hate to say it, but Breaker's getting it as well.
I haven't seen Breaker in the ring recently. The last time I saw him was Rumble, I think.
Well, the problem with Breaker, other than the Rumble, is they are just giving him a beautiful finish.
That was beautiful
finish.
Oh, what do they call that? They called that the something plunge, right?
Yeah, where are they? Not Pittsburgh, because that was Shane Douglas.
Yep.
It's the something plunge, I want to say, or like. Again, time to do some efforting on my part.
That was
an Alpha's tag finisher.
That's probably one of the better tag team matches I've sat and watched in a long ass time.
Yeah, it was fantastic. That's why we wanted to make sure you watch this one. Just
Grand Amplitude.
Grand Amplitude?
Really? Grand
That is an
Amplitude.
awful finishing name. That is an awful name for a finish.
I thought it was I thought it was like Grand Plunge or something like that.
Where do I need to go next, Nick?
We are. Let me just skip forward.
We will be moving on to the worst match of the card.
The next match.
Oh, the very next one? Okay, just let me know the time you want to start at. The pollen is so damn high here right now.
28-11.
Now, granted, yesterday I drank about 15, 16 beers, but they were American piss beers, as Nick likes to refer to.
Yes, your piss water over there.
And on just a Saturday when I'm hanging out, that's 15, 16 beers over the course of about 7-8 hours.
Yeah.
I had the worst headache I think I've had in my life last night. It took 8 ibuprofen to get rid of that, and I don't know what caused it, because
I got a commercial, boys, so we got about a minute and a half to talk.
Even
2011.
Yeah, like even my worst ever hangover headache, 3 maybe 4 Advil cures it. I had to take 8. Oh, Jim Ross. I had to take 8 ibuprofen last night before I could even go to bed. The headache was that bad, and I don't know what caused it. It wasn't the booze, because I had a huge dinner. We had shrimp kebabs, we had potatoes, roll. I mean, I ate a huge dinner. I've just never had a headache that bad in my life, and I have no clue what caused it. Kota Ibushi.
I don't drink anymore. So that's a lie. I drink at Christmas with my sister. But that's it.
I've completely almost. I'll make for a special occasion, I'll make an exception, but I've completely given up on whiskey, like liquor. I just don't touch it anymore.
At all?
Nope. I'm done. No. Okay, if it's a special occasion, but like during the week or no more whiskey for Cat. Just strictly light beer, or a good lager or a good stout, something like but no more moss liquor.
Nicholas, what timestamp did you say?
2811.
2811. All right. So I've given up whiskey. I've given up cheese. I've given up bacon.
What?
I never ate.
Why would you give up bacon?
Just trying to get my.
Admittedly, American bacon. No offense. Shit.
It depends on where you get it. It all depends.
No. Because you guys only get what we call streaky bacon, which is the pork belly sliced really, really fine.
Yes.
Into thin rashers. What you guys call Canadian bacon, we call back bacon.
Yeah.
Which is the bigger slices. That's real bacon. It's not as fatty. It's a lot more flavor, and it's a lot thicker.
You said 2833?
2811.
2811. Okay.
You see, with bacon, I always go out of my way to get good bacon. Like good cuts of meat, thick cut of bacon. I like my shit thick, but with enough fat that it can crisp up good.
Mate, did you ever watch Babylon 5?
A little bit.
He looks like Londo Mollari.
Yeah. I instantly caught the reference there, Nick.
So here's the thing.
To your question, Nick,
go on your phone and type in Londo Mollari, and you'll see what I mean.
Trying to lower my blood pressure and cholesterol, and I just thought, well, okay, cheese, bacon, whiskey can't be good for that. So I have. It has now been 6 or 7 weeks since I've had cheese or bacon.
Oh, that's depressing. I couldn't give up bacon.
Londa who?
Londo Mollari.
Londo Mollari.
You'll get it instantly.
Mollari from Babylon 5. Type in Babylon 5 as well, and it'll come up.
Ah, I see. So here's the thing. I just took my hair out of my top ponytail, and the shit decided to go curly and outward like that. So now I kind of look like the villain from the Lorax.
No matter what you do, whenever your hair goes nuts, you're still Sideshow Bob to me. You're always going to be Sideshow Bob to me. I can't escape it, Maddie. You always have been, always will be. Just make sure you sing the entire score of the HMS Pinafore before you kill me.
All right.
First, I shall send you to heaven before I send you to heaven.
We are ready to go, gents. In 3, 2, 1, play.
All right. So we're getting Shinsuke's entrance here.
This is Austin.
No, this is Austin Aries.
Oh, Austin Aries. My apologies.
We finish with
I'm sorry, Shinsuke.
NXT history. Well, here's the thing. Austin Aries had a fantastic entrance too.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was thinking I didn't want to put Shinsuke in the same category with this version of Corbin.
No, this match is proof that, like I said, not even Aries can get blood from a stone at this point. Like, Austin Aries is random story. Austin Aries is the reason I still talk to my dad.
Really?
Yes. We had a falling out, and then he walked in my room one day, and I was watching Austin Aries versus Bobby Roode. My dad's never been into wrestling since he was a kid, but he watched it, and he turned around and went, Jesus Christ, that guy's timing's good. We sat down, and we watched the whole match, and we kind of reconnected.
Nice.
I mean, dude, you take it where you get it, and that's actually another awesome story of wrestling bringing people together.
Yeah. I told Aries that story when I interviewed him.
And what was Aries' response?
He was made up.
Oh.
Also, Aries was one of the better southpaws that professional wrestling has ever produced.
Yes.
Well, that's another thing that I've heard a criticism, because I mean, I'm a lefty, and people say
I'm a lefty.
Left-handers, they say lefties, and then this is across sports, they say lefties have poor timing.
No, that's bullshit. I've got impeccable timing, and I'm left-handed.
Well, like in baseball, they got switch hitters, guys who can hit from both sides of the plate. Pete Rose said he never met a natural. He never met a switch hitter who was a natural left-hander. He said righties can learn how to hit left, but lefties can't learn how to hit right. They just don't have the timing. That's coming from
That's rubbish. I used to play baseball when I was a kid, and they wouldn't let me hit left-handed.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to learn how to hit right-handed. And I play golf. I play golf right-handed.
Yeah, I can golf right-handed, but I can't hit left-handed.
If I'm not mistaken, Jorge Posada was a natural lefty, but he hit switch.
Well, he was also a catcher, and catchers almost. I mean, you have to be able to throw right-handed to play catcher.
I was about to say he learned how to throw right-handed, but I'm pretty sure that Jorge Posada is a natural left-handed hitter.
The fact that Aries just did that and
didn't go down.
Well, no, Aries looked completely impeccable on that, double axe handle maneuver there, and didn't even stun him. Not even a bump, not a just.
Corbin can't sell at this point. Like
he can't even walk. He can't even put one foot in front of the other.
Stun gun took that like a beast. Ow.
And Corbin was too damn close to the rope when he did it.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Corbin's so tall that you can actually catch yourself a little better.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So again, it's not a horrible match by any means, but
no.
You can tell Corbin's already gassed.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, and it's a thing sometimes with big guys. Some of them, like, okay, Vader, as big as he was, could still go 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, he would be gassed, but he could still go that long. Glenn Jacobs, another big guy. Taker, they could go. Other big guys, it's something they just can't.
Well, here's the thing. Taker seemed like up until like his 40s to have like this weird fountain of youth that he could tap into at almost any given moment.
Mm-hmm.
Think about Mark.
Well, Yokozuna aside, I mean, there's no way with that much weight you're gonna not get gassed quick. But again,
Taker Mark Calloway, the Undertaker, whatever you want to call him, is he, as he said about AJ Styles, Taker got it. Mark Calloway understood what wrestling is and what wrestling can be.
We've talked about this several times before, the old heads, even when he was younger, knew that.
Yeah,
unless your name is Hulk Hogan.
Ole Anderson was like, nobody's ever going to pay money to see you wrestle. You're the shits.
It was Ole and Hogan that were the only people that really had issues. Everybody else saw the star.
Hogan had issues with the goddamn guy that delivered his newspaper every morning.
Just doesn't work for him, brother. Well, I mean, Hogan's the guy who claims that Undertaker spiked him and gave him a neck injury when he won the world title.
Oh, yeah.
And if you watch that in slow-mo, Hogan's head is a clear 6 inches above the canvas when he drops.
Hogan's nose was in Taker's belly button. There ain't no way Hogan felt shit from that. Also, hello, Russ.
To quote the great Christopher Hitchens, Hulk Hogan if you gave him an enema, you could bury him in a matchbox. That is how full of shit Hulk Hogan is.
My favorite Hulk Hogan lie is that, because it is a lie, it's the fact that George Foreman only got the George Foreman grill because
he would have gotten the George Foreman grill, but he wasn't home to take the call. Well, my favorite was he was supposedly working in Japan, and Tatsumi Fujinami tried to shoot on Hogan, but Hogan won the shoot fight. Like, motherfucker, Fujinami would have.
And then Matsuda broke his leg on the first day of training.
Yeah,
Fuji would have killed Hogan.
Yes,
with his bare hands.
Oh God, mate, you're gonna love this. Found out this morning. Tony Khan has been challenged to a face-to-face at Forbidden Door.
Oh,
by whom?
By Evil.
Who is Evil?
That is exactly a good question, Cap, because he sucks. Evil is the worst member of the New Japan roster. He's the leader of the House of Torture and the worst member of the group. Which is a
subsidiary of Bullet Club, unfortunately.
Well, it was a subsidiary of Bullet Club. It's not anymore.
Wait, did they branch off?
Yeah, they branched off. They got their own thing. Now, technically, Jack Perry is a member of the House of Torture.
Yes, he is.
But I don't know if he still is, because now he's a member of the Elite.
Why is a dude from Japan wanting to have a fight? Is he like wanting to have a fight with Tony Khan?
No, he just wants to talk to him face to face because he's really unhappy that John Moxley is IWGP Heavyweight Champion. There are a lot of guys who justifiably in New Japan do not understand how the relationship with AEW benefits New Japan.
Because it doesn't.
All they do is take their top stars. Okada, Will Ospreay, Mercedes Moné.
Occasionally.
All stolen from New Japan.
Occasionally, you'll get a good match from Moxley. Danielson went out there a couple times, but that's just because he wanted to for his retirement tour.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think the most beneficial thing New Japan has done for themselves is join forces with every other fucking Japanese wrestling promotion out there.
Well, except for 3.
Well, yeah, but those 3 also have
DDT, Noah, and...
No, DDT's part of it, because Takeshita...
No, not anymore. Not anymore.
They pull out?
Yeah, they pulled out, and they are going to be working with WWE for their Japanese expansion. Which is a very interesting choice by WWE, because it's weird, because DDT Pro and the current film of NXT have a lot of similarities.
Yeah, but DDT Pro also does a lot of the most ridiculous...
So does NXT, dude. Dijak kidnaps people and puts them in a glass box for weeks on end, and nobody says anything.
Tony D'Angelo has offed several people.
So yeah, like off a bridge, many people he's killed. The car park is the most dangerous place in professional wrestling.
Okay, you know what, Nick? We'll agree to you're right this time.
Mm-hmm. Right, and there's a lot of similarities there, which is crazy. And Noah has a lot of similarities to SmackDown, in my opinion, with the way it presents its shows.
Now, Nick,
beautiful missile dropkick
with DDT working with NXT potentially, or WWE as a whole.
Watch this dropkick, Cap.
Right. Austin Aries is fantastic.
Bang. The distance that he jumps at is perfect. Just to lightly dump off the chest.
Yep.
There's no...
So,
yeah, Corbin, I can see why Corbin shaved this. Like the thinning on top here is just insane.
So, Nick, Chris Brooks versus who? Because he actively works a lot of DDT.
Yeah, he does. Wesley.
Oh, fantastic deep 6 to the outside.
That's the first good thing Corbin's done all day.
He's got a fantastic moveset.
Yeah, he does. He's got a great moveset. His finish is awesome. It's just, unfortunately, at this point, he couldn't wrestle for Toffee. And as Matty has pointed out many times, he is breathing so goddamn heavy right now.
Yeah, he is gassed. He cannot even. I mean, well, there's a difference between selling and being gassed, and you can pick it pretty quick. He is gassed.
You can see this man breathing through his back. Another Hogan line, Nick, where he was in Kansas City and Harley Race supposedly came in, set the ring on fire, and then thanked Hogan for everything he had done for wrestling and asked him for a job. Fuck. Harley Race would ask Hulk for shit. Maybe to borrow his lighter, maybe, but that'd be about it.
That'd be about all.
And it was Hogan who discovered Kevin Owens too. I heard that one recently. Yeah. I was like, "You gotta be fucking with me."
Kevin Owens.
It was Hogan who supposedly went to Vince and told him how good this guy Kevin Owens is and needs to. It's like son of a bitch.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with Jim Cornette at all.
Nothing to do with Cornette. Nothing to do with. Kevin Owens has talked.
He was in OVW. He was already there.
And that's the end of the match.
Yep.
With a roll up, you gotta love it.
Right. Well, just because Corbin couldn't take a brainbuster safely.
I don't know if Corbin could go up for the brainbuster.
I mean, Aries can get him up because he's done it to Bubba Ray Dudley.
Bubba Ray Dudley has body control.
Yes,
this is true.
Corbin needs an oxygen tank right now.
Yeah.
But who are we just talking about? Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens has been on the Talk is Jericho podcast, which, by the way, if you guys haven't listened to that episode, it's fantastic. The road stories he tells and everything. He also tells the story of how he got into the business. Kevin Owens got his first match because he did a 450 in training, and the trainer was like, "You got a spot on the show, kid." He was 14 years old.
Mr.
Jericho, he was in. Was he in Smoky Mountain for a while when Cornette was running that, or was it something?
I want to say that's part of Jericho's biography that he did do some.
I
shit.
think.
Well,
so,
I was thinking of the Dairy Queen incident. The Dairy Queen incident, but it was him and Lance Storm were a tag team in Smoky Mountain. That's right.
Weren't they the Naturals or some shit like that?
Give me a sec.
Something along those lines.
Right, let's just find Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke.
I have a commercial.
Next match.
We have a minute and a half, gentlemen.
That was another guy who just doesn't get near the credit he should. Lance Storm. Just I've never watched a match with Lance Storm and thought, well, that guy sucks. Or, oh, well, he had enough. It's like every time I watched a Lance Storm match, it's like, my God, this guy is so good.
Lance Storm has the greatest spinning heel kick in wrestling history. And he used to do it off the top rope.
And the fact that his finisher was a half crab, for as good as he was, the fact that he had that half crab finisher kind of cracked me up. It was a little tongue in cheek, but if it's Lance Storm doing it, he made it look good.
Well, the roll through that he used to do to get into it.
Yeah.
The Irish whip into the rolling was so perfectly done every single time. Lance Storm was so good, he made Just Incredible look good.
Yeah.
He's also got my favorite super kick.
Technically not a super kick.
It's a jumping side kick.
Yeah.
It's a thrust kick.
Is it a thrust kick? Because he jumps with it.
It's a standing thrust kick. Right? Technically.
Well, you had me because you guys on a recent book did New Blood Rising, and on that show it was Lance Storm versus Mike Awesome.
Yes.
And I always liked Mike Awesome, but he always, to me, for a big guy, just it was kind of like he always reminded me like a bit of an uncoordinated Glenn Jacobs in a way.
That's a good way of putting it.
Still loved Mike Awesome, but when I watched that match with him and Lance Storm, it was like that was one of those few times where I was like, man, Lance is trying so hard here with this guy, but it's like they just work so differently.
All right.
An uncoordinated Glenn Jacobs.
We are
What
at
is the time?
45:58.
45:58.
Correct.
All right.
You're in for a treat, Cap.
Cap,
right.
if you've never seen this match, you are legitimately in for one of the greatest NXT matches, if not ever.
I have never seen Sami Zayn work outside of WWE main roster, apart from a couple of the El Genericos from Ring of Honor.
Yeah, well, this is the perfect mix of the El Generico style
Nick?
with the super babyface Sami Zayn.
Nick?
Yes.
That means that Cap has never seen Cesaro versus Sami Zayn 2 out of 3 falls.
Nope.
Really?
Apart from his main roster work in WWE and a couple of Ring of Honor matches, I've never seen anything Sami Zayn's done.
That's a match we got.
Well, you are in for a treat, Captain. This is
45:58, you said?
45:58. This is the best debut NXT ever did. As far as
let me fill up my tea before we start. I don't want to miss this.
Yeah, no, this entrance alone is worth sitting through the entirety.
Oh yeah, that's why I've got it at 45:58. I want to make sure he watches the whole thing. Oh, I've got pins and needles.
Where?
In the foot.
Have you just
in the foot?
Quick, do some jumping jacks.
Nick Wong, I just wanted to get your quick thoughts on this. I'm sure you're familiar with the group Cultaholic Wrestling, right? I think they're out of the UK.
Correct.
Oh, Lord.
I know the boys. Met them out a few times. Where'd he go?
And he put Brett and Sean and Razor. I was watching it this morning and I wanted your thoughts.
All right, say that again, because your signal went.
You went Megatron on us.
I was saying this morning, I was watching his countdown of what he considered the best matches of each WrestleMania, and he put Brett and Owen over Sean and Razor at 10. And I was just curious as to your thoughts on that one.
I think Brett and Owen is technically a better match. Technically.
Yes.
But as far as the spectacle and what it meant to the sport, it's nowhere near as good as it's nowhere near as much as Sean versus Razor.
I pretty much agreed with most, because it's like a 2 or 3 hour video. I watched the whole thing and I pretty much agreed with, I think there was like 1 or 2 where I was like, but that was like, oh, I need to ask Nick about that. I'm curious.
Well, funnily enough, they've just announced a new vid, which is the 110 greatest wrestlers of all time.
110?
110. Don't ask me why it's 110, but it's 110. And I'm not going to tell you who number 1 is. I'm going to let you watch it, and then we will talk about it next time and see.
I was going to say, how long of a video is it? Because I do love Cultaholics long form videos.
It's over.
They do a good job.
No, Cultaholic with their long form videos are probably the best in the business for it.
Them and then Wrestle Talk.
Cultaholic's videos are always longer. I don't.
Yeah, no, Wrestle Talk have started doing some long form ones.
Oh, okay. Like video essay type shit.
Yeah. They did the history of the Samoan dynasty, the history of the Rhodes family. They've just done a full breakdown of Roman Reigns' title reign. This one's done by Pete. Has done the Roman Reigns title reign one, but Alex Queen of the Ring's on it.
Oh, I like Alex too.
Yeah, Alex is on it. Lots of wrestling YouTubers were brought in for the Roman Reigns title reign for their opinions and their thoughts and everything else.
Oh, that's cool.
Never contacted me, you bastards.
We didn't get
right. Anyway, gents, are we ready?
I am ready.
Ready when you are.
In 3, 2, 1, play.
All right.
Scott Hall.
Scott Hall and Sean Waltman. R.I.P. Scott.
We will be missed.
God, he was such a great worker.
Sami Zayn in what I like to refer to as his Bob Holly gear.
Yeah, yep. Bob Sparky plug. I was just did Scott Hall and Randy Savage ever work against each? I know they worked together in the NWO, but did they ever work against each other? And
I don't remember a Scott versus Randy match.
They had to have had a match against each other at one.
I don't think they. The closest we got was the 6-man tag at Bash the Beach '96, where Savage was on WCW side, Scott was on the NWO side. So we got a little bit, but I can't recall the two of them ever having a singles match against each other for some reason, which seems criminal. Because when they did the NWO split with the Wolfpack, Savage. He only did that for like a month and a half, and then he had to take off for knee surgery. So I don't think we ever got Savage and Hall against each other. It is so weird seeing Sami Zayn with short hair.
It is, isn't it?
I'm just so used to his current look.
All right, Cap, get ready for the greatest entrance in. Bobby Roode might have some close ones, but this entrance alone.
Yeah.
All right.
Is listen to that crowd.
Yep. Let me turn the Peacock volume up a bit.
I just got goosebumps again, as if this is the first time I've seen the entrance.
Hair is standing up on my arms, mate.
NXT has never debuted somebody better than they did Shinsuke Nakamura.
No. And then, yet again, Vince got hold of him. And what did he do?
Put him with Goofball.
The artist formerly known.
Boogs, yeah, Rick Boogs.
Oh, no, dude. There's a whole bunch of shit before even pairing him with Boogs. That's worse.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there is?
Nakamura is probably, unfortunately, Nakamura is the greatest Intercontinental Champion in the history of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yeah,
arguably
when they gave him the
Intercontinental
title in SmackDown, arguably, but when they gave him the title, the IC title in WWE, he didn't defend it for 3 months.
You're
when in New Japan.
Well, I mean, that doesn't. Dean Ambrose didn't defend the U.S. title for like a year.
Yeah, but that was an angle. This was just pure booking.
Oh, just poor shit booking.
Look how happy Sami Zayn. By the way, Cap, this is Sami Zayn's last NXT match.
This is his farewell.
So he went to the main roster after this.
Yes.
To feud with Kevin Owens in a fantastic rivalry.
Well, actually, he went to the main roster to wrestle John Cena and tore his shoulder.
Fuck, you're right.
The whole Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens thing, I know it doesn't play out exactly the same way. But their feud, the more I've thought about it over the years, keeps reminding me of Flair and Sting, where they would have these great matches against each other. They would then they would, for whatever reason, find themselves on the same side of something, but it wouldn't last all that long. Because Sting was a member of the Horsemen at one point. They were on the same team at Fall Brawl '96, even though Sting didn't show it until the very end. They did that tag team where Flair was fighting with Arn and Pillman, he kept begging Sting over and over and over, and then Sting finally agrees, like, but if you swerve me, I'll leave you for dead.
And
one of the great promos of Sting's career was that one. Crowd is really into this, and they've barely done anything yet.
Right.
See, Nick, now that you mentioned, I cannot get fucking Sparky Plug out of my head. I'm having these like acid flashbacks to Bob Sparkplug Holly back in 94, 95. Damn you, Nick.
That's what I do.
I know, but I mean, I suppose I've earned it after all those mentions of a certain one who shall remain nameless on your show just to get a rise out of you. But now it's like payback for.
This match starts off so electric.
Well, they're taking their time. They're not rushing. They're just letting it develop. They're telling a story here.
This is a perfect example of the Ring of Honor style and strong style mixing, which they've done for years.
If I'm not mistaken, Nakamura and New Japan Ring of Honor, they were doing the Worlds Collide shit while Sami Zayn was still Generico. So they did have a chance to work together once, right? Before this?
I think so.
So
it was a tag match.
I'm pretty sure it was a tag match. I think it was because I know Steen faced Nakamura in a one-on-one.
Yeah, he did.
But I think Sammy was part of a tag team match. I don't know. Was it Zayn that was part of that tag team, or was it just straight the Briscoes versus Nakamura and his tag team partner?
I think it was the Briscoes.
So this is the first match that they had one-on-one against each other.
Look at that.
Something Sammy doesn't do near as much anymore because his knees fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Once the joints go, it gets a little tough.
Sami Zayn is a guy that has learned what the WWE style allows. And what I mean by that is, like Cena's quoted in having the 6 moves of doom.
Mm.
Well, you only need 6 moves in professional wrestling. You need a repertoire of 6 moves and then filler to do the rest. Mm-hmm. There's no point having 30, 40 moves in your repertoire anymore because people don't have the attention span for it.
But here's the thing. Gunther finishes matches with like 10 different moves.
Yeah, but that's because Gunther doesn't have a finisher.
Right.
They tried to give him a finisher when they had him using the Dreamer Driver.
He is the finisher.
Yeah, Gunther is the finisher. And the fact that we're going to get Gunther versus Dragunov on the main roster. Oh.
King of the Ring is next weekend.
Correct.
Right. So who are we? Are they doing like just the finals at that show? Or are they doing like semifinals and finals?
No, they're doing the semis. I think they're doing the semis on Raw and SmackDown.
Okay. I want to say yes.
And they're just doing the finals at King of Queen.
So they're gonna do Gunther and Dragunov as the finals.
Oh. No, Dragunov didn't make it.
Dragunov got beat by Uso.
Dragunov got beat by Jey Uso. And I honestly believe Randy Orton is going to get beat by Tama Tonga because Tama Tonga beat LA Knight. Due to bloodline interference. And then we're going to get Jey versus Tama as the final of King of the Ring because there was no way Gunther was ever going to win because the crown is too blingy. The crown is covered in diamonds. Like it's made of gold and diamonds. And that doesn't really suit the ring general. However, it does suit the Yeetmeister general that is Jey Uso.
What did you call him?
The Yeetmeister general. Well, I mean, I was thinking Gunther would be good, but if they're going to go with Jey as King of the Ring, that's an adequate substitution. I'm not Totally happy with it, but that's an adequate substitution.
The fact is, as much as I hate the Yeet stuff, Jey Uso is so over right now.
Yeah.
It is unreal. Like, did you see that crowd in France?
Oh, yeah.
That was insane.
Like, if they're over, they're over. You got to go with it.
Yeah. The only thing I'm worried about is Jey Uso is a very nuanced performer. He's a very good seller. He's very good at putting emotion into his work. But they are reducing him down to a catchphrase.
Which is kind of what they were doing with LA Knight.
Yeah, and it's not good. It's not good. When people have that much charisma and they have that much ability and that much nuance to who they are, let them do it. Don't drag them down and essentially make them one.
Don't water down the whiskey. Stir, not shaken.
Do you know why I hate yeet?
No.
Just don't make any sense. You know what yeeting is in this country?
Not familiar.
Kicking someone in the balls.
Ouch.
You guys have a word for that?
Yeah, when you yeet somebody, it means you volley in between the legs. Or a bouncer throws you out of a club. You got yeeted. But it generally is it's slang for getting volleyed between the legs. In your country, it means getting tossed.
Yeah, you yeet something.
Talk to Jimmy about this. When you yeet someone, you throw them away. So
that wasn't.
It doesn't make any sense.
There. Well, the English language doesn't make any sense.
Oh.
We just do the best we can with it.
No. Perfect sense. You just bastardized it.
You can say the English language because this motherfucker
we speak English. You speak the Kings. I guess for lack of a better phrase.
A word for kicking someone in the balls.
Of course we do. We have a word for everything.
Do you have a word for throwing someone through a window?
Yes.
What is
Give me a minute. I'm thinking. You know what? No, I don't think we do.
What do you call a light switch out there?
Light switch.
And people wonder why it's so tough to come to America and learn the language.
So, Nick, you've been out to America a couple times. What is the weirdest thing that Americans call something that you call something else in England?
Mars bars.
Mm.
You call them Milky Ways.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
The reason that's
Milky Way is
weird.
a Mars?
Yeah, Milky Way is a Mars bar. But we have Milky Ways as well. And they're a completely different chocolate bar.
What's a Milky Way in England?
It's basically just nugget and chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
No caramel?
Like it's just soft nugget and chocolate.
No, that's what we call a Three Musketeers.
Yeah, that's what exactly comes out here.
Yeah, over here, this is Three Musketeers bar.
Good God.
It's the weirdest thing.
We have got to
get thing you guys
do. Did you know shopping with Nick?
This might put you off chocolate a little bit in your country. But did you know, even though you have Cadbury's over there now, and so on and so forth, that you're not legally allowed to use our recipe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know you use a chemical in your chocolate which is found in vomit?
I am aware of this. It's why I don't eat chocolate.
I found this out last night from a friend of mine because I didn't know while we were watching the Usyk Fury fight. And I was like, this kind of put me off chocolate in America now.
I
really like Milky Ways over there.
Here's how I came by that knowledge is when I was much younger and I would eat candy, it would always upset my stomach. And then I asked a physician once upon a time, why does that happen? And I was given that bit of info, and I do not consume the chocolat. I will say
if you ever come over to England, Cap, visit a chocolatier called Thornton's.
Okay.
Right, it's not very expensive. It's kind of like a poor man's fancy chocolatier.
Gotcha.
Right. But they are the nicest chocolates, like outside of Belgium and France, you will ever have.
I will admit a weakness for an occasional Butterfinger. I try to limit it to like 1 or 2 a year, but
yeah, but isn't that made of peanut butter anyway?
Peanut butter with a little bit of chocolate on top.
Like, you guys have an unhealthy obsession with peanuts.
They're delicious.
No, they're not. They're horrible.
It's all in the roasting. It's all in how you roast
peanuts
them.
are vile, right? And you guys literally have like 12 different chocolate bars that are made of peanuts.
Oh, you mean paydays and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you guys, did you know there is a book in America which has 301 uses for peanuts?
There is a book out here in America. There's also what is it? There's another book out here that's like 110 different recipes using Tabasco.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm allergic to Tabasco.
Are you allergic
It's
to
just
cayenne pepper?
salt, vinegar, and cayenne pepper.
Yeah, I'm allergic to cayenne pepper.
Okay.
There you go.
Are you allergic to other peppers or?
No, just cayenne.
Oh, Nakamura's got a bloody nose.
No, I've not discovered that I'm allergic to other peppers. But I discovered I was allergic to Tabasco sauce when somebody got a load on a napkin and shoved it on my face when I was working in a bar.
Ah.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a practical joke. And I spent the next 6 hours throwing up blood on my brother's flat floor.
Oh, Jesus.
And not being able to breathe properly. It was horrible.
That's about me with fish. That's
unfortunate. I like fish.
Now, shellfish, just fine. But other fish, I tell, like, I'm a foodie. I'll try just about anything, but I tell them, do not give me anything fishy, anything that's touched fish. Otherwise, you're taking my ass to the hospital. I will swell up. My throat will close off. It is bad.
This is where Nakamura is so good.
Yeah. Now, Cap,
he knows he's bleeding.
Style.
Yeah, he knows he's bleeding. He knows he's been wounded, so he's turned up the volume. He's like, fine, you want to hurt me? I'm going to hurt you back.
That was definitely... Anytime you see a nose, that's definitely a hard way.
Yeah. Such a good match.
And they beat the holy shit out of each other for like 30 minutes.
Look at those shots. Wow.
Crowd is chanting, "We love strong style."
Right.
And listen, Vince is just so damn tone deaf, especially later in his administration, for lack of a better phrase. Just so the people were telling you what they liked, what they didn't, and he did
wouldn't listen.
Yeah, he wouldn't listen or would do the exact fuck opposite.
Look at that into the Minoru special.
Ooh, jeez, that is good.
Good. So, on a random point, Matt, have you seen Takeshi's latest interview?
He's gripping his arm to keep Nakamura from. It's subtle, but it's
sensible.
Yes.
Great triangle. Yeah. Have you seen Takeshi's new interview, Matt?
About AEW not using him?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. He makes some interesting comments. Like when he talked about the fact that it's very hard for a Japanese star to get over on American television because of the language barrier.
And it's
proven. Yeah, but at the same time, Triple H has worked out how you fix that. You give them subtitled promos. You give them subtitled promos and let them speak in Japanese.
Let them speak in their native tongue.
Yeah, where their emotion can translate better. And it's... Like, why is Okada speaking in one sentence broken English in AEW?
Maybe Tony Khan can't afford a translator or captions or something. I'm not sure.
He's a freaking billionaire. I'm sure he can afford fucking captions. Oh, nice flatliner. Into the Koji clutch.
You're a tad bit ahead of me.
Oh, I will pause.
Like just about like a couple of seconds.
1, 2, 3, play.
Yeah, the Koji clutch is such an interesting finisher, like submission as well.
Reminds me a little bit of Hell's Gate.
Outside of Tatsufumi Koji, who was the first guy you saw using it?
Yeah, I was about to say, Sammy is the only person that I've seen in like modern wrestling use that move.
Christopher Daniels, man.
I don't remember Daniels using the Koji clutch.
Yeah. Daniels used the Koji clutch a lot in Ring of Honor and a lot in TNA.
Ooh.
Did he use it with
the strike like that?
Did he use it with the Flatliner combo?
Yes.
Okay.
Like that quick kick like that, like that's like classic to me, like Ultimo Dragon. Just snap, bang like that. He had you. God, I miss Ultimo so much.
I'd just like to point out as well, just because we're doing a lot of NXTs over the next few months, the way Triple H sets up an NXT arena, the lights go down on the crowd except for the first 2 rows.
Yep.
The lights are focused on the ring. It's focused on the product. It's focused on the match. They need to start doing this on the main roster.
They even did that.
Why do they bring the lights down in a cinema? Same damn reason.
At Full Sail and the Performance Center as well.
Yeah.
It put emphasis on the in-ring work.
Exactly.
Which meant that even if, like, hey, this is a squash match, you're focusing on the match.
Boom.
Oh, here we go. Landslide.
Oof. Nakamura's belt looks like a guitar strap I used to own.
The least devastating move in professional wrestling, the Blue Thunder Bomb.
It just doesn't. It's no haluva kick.
Well, the Blue Thunder Bomb, it doesn't matter who uses it, from Christopher Daniels to Sami Zayn to AJ Styles. No one has ever won a match with a Blue Thunder Bomb.
Well, and also to your point, this just kind of hit me, Nick, about the lighting you were talking about. You remember we were watching, on Captain's Table, those early like Jim Crockett Starcades. Yes. Did the same thing, the way they lowered the lights.
Yeah, because that's what you should do. Vince had this unhealthy obsession with eliminating everything from old pro wrestling.
Yeah. And
making everything his new shiny product. When Triple H is smart enough and a big enough ring general, he's a big enough ring general to understand that there are certain things from that era that need to be kept and need to be marginalized and driven into the fans because it's tradition and it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's that Southern wrestling, pal.
Oh, someone made a really good comment the other day, and I completely agree with it. Dax Harwood would have been a phenomenal WCW television champion.
Oh, yes. Back in like the classic television title era, the 15, pay-per-view was 15 minutes, TV it was 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, the matches, think like say him and Steve Regal, him and Ricky Steamboat, him and Arn Anderson, him and Brian Pillman. Just
it'd be so good.
Him and Dustin Rhodes.
Oh, that'd have been nice. They've not done that in AEW yet, have they?
Dax and Dustin?
No, I don't think they've done it in
AEW. It's a tag team match, I don't think.
No.
How old is Shinsuke now? He's 40-something, right?
I'll tell you in a second.
I know he said he wanted to retire at 45 because I believe that's when Ichiro Suzuki retired.
Shinsuke Nakamura age. 44.
So he might be retiring this next year.
Well, I can definitely tell you one person I would like to see him have his final match with, and that's AJ.
Well, this is the crazy thing. Their match at Wrestle Kingdom 12 is legendary.
1,000%.
Like, legendary. And there were so many people that were disappointed by their WrestleMania match because it wasn't the Wrestle Kingdom 12 match.
Which is not good.
I actually prefer, it's an unpopular opinion, I prefer the WrestleMania match.
Well, see, I've never seen the Wrestle Kingdom. I've seen the WrestleMania match.
Wrestle Kingdom match is free on YouTube.
And I enjoyed it. I think AJ would be a great final opponent for Shinsuke.
Oh, I completely agree. Without a shadow of a doubt. But that, Cap, was NXT TakeOver Dallas. What do you think?
I'm actually kind of. I mean, I obviously I enjoyed it. The fact that we just watched the first 3 matches makes me wonder what else is on the card, because and again, I know I'm an asshole about this in booking. You don't start with you don't blow your boot and then go down and then try to bring it up again. You gradually raise it to a crescendo, and this card, the first 3 matches, it raised it, gradually raising
the
it.
next match is Bayley versus Asuka, which is really good. And then I think the final match is the Joe Finn Balor rematch, which is just a slugfest. They beat the piss out of each other.
I may have to finish watching this afternoon while I'm doing this.
Really good.
That.
Phenomenal show, all in all.
I had the weirdest damn dream last night about Asuka, and I can't remember what it was, but she was in the dream carrying around a folding chair. I don't know what the hell it. I don't remember the dream at all or the context. I just remember in a dream I had last night, Asuka was in there and she was carrying a folding chair around. Like a lady would carry a purse or a dude would carry, whatever. Just she was just carrying around a folding chair.
Is run.
That's sensible advice. But, ladies and gents, boys and girls, legionnaires of all ages, that's the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Cap, Matty, plug away.
Well, obviously later we'll be joining you for Wrestling with Your Thoughts. Tuesday we have the Raw Ball Weekly Podcast. Next Saturday, King and Queen of the Ring, will be covering that one. Trying to think. We're not doing baseball tonight because we've got 2 shows this afternoon, and we don't want to be gassed for a 3-hour baseball game.
I don't blame you.
But we've trying to think what else we got coming up. The Belmont Stakes, but that's in a month. But yeah, King and Queen of the Ring next week. Looking forward to them which I always thought King of the Ring was like you had the big 4 pay-per-views.
Yeah, King of the Ring was number 5.
Yeah, King of the Ring was like that was my favorite of the.
Same with me.
Yeah, the King of the Ring should never have been taken away. It was great.
No.
A perfect vehicle to elevate your next guy. Look at the list of guys who won King of the Ring. Look at the list of guys who won King of the Ring in the 90s. Yeah,
One of my favorite
Triple H.
My favorite King of the Ring shows was, I believe, was it 2002 or 2003?
I'm kidding.
You mean Kurt Angle's win? When he wrestled Shane and won King of the Ring?
No, when Brock won.
2003.
2003.
When the final match was against Van Damme.
I believe so, yes.
And him and Test had that absolute hoss fest in the first round, which was unbelievable.
Yeah, where it was just me.
Yeah, it was just big men slapping beef. But, ladies and gents, boys and girls, that is it for today. And always remember, we are but 3 geeks obsessed with the good show, and our opinion means nothing without yours in the comments below. See you in 2 weeks. Oh, gents, what are we doing in 2 weeks?
What's the next NXT? Yeah.
What is the next? I was about to say, let me check what's next on the itinerary, actually.
Because I'm not sure what the next show was after Dallas. I really should research these things before we go live, but
I think I heard you guys. The only one I remember there was Portland, and then there was another one that you mentioned.
New Orleans.
Yes. New Orleans and Portland were the 2 I remember you mentioning.
The next one would be Takeover the End.
Oh,
which would be Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor, Asuka defends her title, and Andrade Cien Almas makes his debut.
Okay, we'll do that one.
All right.
So
the next one after that is Takeover Brooklyn 2. So
okay,
yeah. So we'll do the end. So we'll be doing next Takeover the end in 2 weeks. I will see you all tonight at 10 p.m. UK time for Wrestling with Your Thoughts. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.